So coming up this week, I'm going to be talking about something that maybe it's just me, but we have to think about from time to time if we go out and we run in events, and that is the subject of sponsorship. And should you be raising money for charity on every run that you go on, or just occasionally, or maybe not at all? So you join me today for a midweek run. I'm going out on a weekday, and so I'm a bit kind of in two minds today because I don't really know how long to go out for. I'm kind of busy work-wise, and but you know, it's really important for your mental and your physical health to make the effort to get out there. So I've set myself an open goal today, just going to see how I get on and really try and go as far as I can.
Riding on the same page, walking at the same pace.
Now, I haven't done that many organised events in my short running career, but when I did my very first one, which was a 10k in 2019, I decided to do it for charity. And what I did was to raise money for a defibrillator, towards a defibrillator that was going to be put in at near the dog club where I go to, where I take my dog's dog training, and not actually in the building but on the field in front of it, which is like a field where people go to walk and walk the dogs and just chill out. And the idea there was that anybody could use it, not just the dog club. Now, because of COVID, I raised the money, you know, entered the race, raised money, and I raised a few £100, so I was really pleased about that. But the defibrillator wasn't put in because of COVID. Anyway, long story short, took my dog training there last week. We've gone back recently, and there it was in the field. So that was a nice surprise to turn up there and see it in situ. And it's really nice, you know, if you can kind of do something, raise a bit of money for a good cause. However, if you do a lot of events, or even if you don't do a lot of events, it's kind of difficult, isn't it? Do you do a sponsorship for all of those events? There's only so much money you can ask out of your friends and family before you start feeling a bit guilty. Or is that just my kind of Britishness coming out, and I should just say, so what, donate if you want, don't if you don't want to, and just keep doing it? I don't know. So when I did my next organised event, which wasn't for another 2 years because of COVID, I decided to just do it for me, if you like, and I didn't do it for sponsorship. I didn't raise any money, didn't want to put myself under that sort of pressure. And yeah, you know, it was good, but I do think, because I don't do that many events, it's quite a good opportunity to do something extra positive, not just for myself but for other people as well. So I have an event coming up in a few months, a half marathon, and I'm thinking seriously of getting sponsorship for that for a charity. And I don't think I'll feel that guilty because it'll be 3 years since I asked friends and family to donate. So I'm hoping that I can kind of just go for it, you know. But I didn't even mention it on this channel because I was thinking it was a small local charity that I was raising for, just one thing, the defibrillator. And I thought, most of the people who watch this aren't anywhere near me, so they won't be interested, really. But I think that was a bit disingenuous. That was me. I shouldn't have thought that. I should have mentioned it. So when I do my fundraising later in the year, I will definitely mention it. I'll talk about the charity that I'm supporting, and if anybody wants to donate, great. And if they don't want to, well, that's perfectly fine. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you ask every time you do an event? What are your thoughts on charity fundraising? Post your comments below. They are run complete. I just stick the times up on the screen, and I managed an 8k today, so I'm quite pleased about that. That's fine, because it was about an hour, just under that, probably about 50 minutes or so, I can't remember. But anyway, that's fine, that's okay. Further than, you know, have been going in a kind of day of the week, if you like, not the weekend. So that's great, that's good. My thoughts are turning again to the half marathon that I was just talking about, because although it's sort of cracking on through March, I mean it'll be April before you know it, and the event that I'm taking part in is in October. Sounds like months away, doesn't it? But of course these things, they just turn up before you know it. So I really do have to get some kind of proper training plan in. There's no doubt about it. I'm just kind of doing what I do, which is just to sort of get out there and enjoy myself. And I did say that I wasn't going to do the thing where I get a bit closer to it and I think, oh no, I'm not quite ready for this. And I can see that's going to happen if I don't actually start planning for it. So I really must do that. I've got to try and focus. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and work out some kind of training plan. Still sort of faffing about with me when I go out thing, which I've spoken about to death on the channel recently, so I'm not going to go back on that again. Anyway, it's a short one this week. I'm interested to know your comments on the subject that I spoke about earlier on, and hopefully there'll be, I've got some interesting stuff actually coming up, some little bit different things actually coming up, something that's sort of a bit of an announcement actually that's coming up soon, but I've got to do a few things first before that happens. That's exciting, isn't it? Oh, have a look over here. I'm going to show you, look, something over here. Look at this, look, on top of this post box here. Look. Apparently it's crocheted, I think, and look, there's a little corgi down there. How's that? That's cool, isn't it? On top of the post box. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's very good, that, isn't it? So it's been there a few days. It's actually surviving quite well because we had quite a bit of rain last night. I thought it was going to come out and the queen was going to be quite sodden, but perhaps somebody came along, one of her footmen, and held a little brolly over her head to keep the worst of it off. Who knows? Anyway, on that weird note, I'm going to say bye for now. So thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments. I always love to read them. And I'll see you for another update next week.